Hello everyone, I'm Seth with Exotic Motorsports, and this is our 2013 BMW 535i with 97,686 miles. Overall, it's in great shape. However, it does have some rock chips across the front and a few imperfections on the hood. It's nothing super serious. These are all very small blemishes. None of them stand out individually, but by looking at the front, you can tell that there is a little bit of wear. Overall, I think it looks pretty good. The headlight housings are fairly clean with just very minor rock chipping on the front. And when I say minor rock chipping on the headlights, I do mean minor. However, the front bumper and the front portion of the hood do have a relatively significant amount of rock chips. They are not unnoticeable, I'll put it that way. I don't think they stand out. They're not horrendous. They don't make the car look hideous, but by getting about 2 feet away from it, you can tell that there is pretty significant rock chipping across the front, and it does cover the majority of the hood, extending almost all the way back to the windshield. I make it sound really extreme, but honestly, there's a fair amount of rock chip coverage, but the chips themselves are not very extreme. They are pretty mild. We do have one blemish here on the driver's side front fender, but otherwise it's looking pretty good. Front driver's side wheel, we do have just a tiny bit of rash there. Overall, it's in great shape. Driver's side mirror. Face of the mirror itself looks really good. However, we do have some wear, some rock chips, etc. down on the lower portion of it. Driver's side front door, scratch, a couple rock chips. Not a big deal. Door looks pretty good otherwise. Small blemish there. Looks like a door ding. We do have a few rock chips and scratches on the side skirt. Again, nothing serious, just very small, minor imperfections. Driver's side rear quarter panel. Looks great. We do have just that one defect there. Rear driver's side wheel. Do have some rash down here at the bottom. A little bit of rash over here, and then a chip out of the lip of the wheel. Purely cosmetic, does not affect the functionality of the wheel. Looking at the rear bumper, we do have some marks just behind the rear tire. Mark there. It does have rear parking sensors, which do have a visual aid. They're very effective. They work great. It does not have a reverse camera, but you really don't need one with the way the parking system on this is set up. The visual aid for the rear sonar system does work really well. A couple scratches on the face of the trunk lid. Very small scratches. Again, nothing serious. Do have a few scratches across the top of the trunk lid. That blemish there. Just minor imperfections kind of scattered throughout the car. Those two spots there on the passenger side, the lower portion of the back bumper. And then moving on to the passenger rear quarter panel, we do have some scratching along the side here, just under the fuel door. And we do have some scratching up here in the top, just to the top right of the trunk opening on the passenger rear quarter panel. And we have a small scuff there. Rear passenger wheel, very light rash around the outside, but otherwise looks really good. Rear passenger door, do have some light scratching kind of following the body line here. We do have a few more marks down below. Front passenger door, we have a few marks in the center. This look like door dings from other careless drivers. Passenger mirror, honestly, it looks really, really good. Just a few very small blemishes, but overall that mirror looks great. I've seen mirrors in worse condition with half the miles. Front passenger fender does have a couple imperfections, some rock chips, but doesn't really detract from the appearance of the overall area. And the front passenger wheel looks good other than that issue right there. That's the only thing wrong with it. I will go ahead and walk around the vehicle from a 1 foot distance to give you a better big picture idea of the overall condition of the vehicle. Here at Exotic Motorsports, we do these comprehensive walk around videos to give our out-of-state buyers the confidence and peace of mind they need to purchase a vehicle from a sight unseen if they choose to do so. Walking around a vehicle from a 1 foot distance is a lot more indicative of what you might notice on a day-to-day basis and helps separate the smaller, less significant flaws from the larger, more obvious ones, giving you a better, well-rounded perspective of the true condition of the vehicle. If you fixate on every tiny little flaw a vehicle has, it definitely kind of detracts from the enjoyment of the vehicle. So this kind of helping you just look out for the larger, more obvious flaws, I think will help see past the little blemishes, because those you most likely will not notice throughout your time of ownership, except for maybe when you wash it. Looking at the interior, we do have very, very nice light tan interior with wood inserts, wood trim. Looks really nice. We do have just a little bit of fading on the door panel right there. It's pretty inexpensive to have that touched up if that's something that bothers you. Do have power adjustable memory seats, express down windows for all 4 doors. We do have power adjustable seats, and that does include the headrest. Those are power extending and retracting. Power folding mirrors, twilight sensing headlights with a separate fog light button as well. Push button start with auto stop start that you can toggle on or off. And here on the gauge cluster, you can see we've got no issues with mileage sitting at 97,687 miles. No flaws there, everything looks good. Automatic dual zone climate control, sport and comfort mode, infotainment controls, electronic parking brake, parking sensor toggle, auto dimming rearview mirror with universal garage door remotes built in under it, sunroof, front passenger seat, excellent condition, looks fantastic, very clean, very well kept. Passenger door panel looks excellent. We've got no sun fading, no damage from the wear from the sun. Everything looks good. All the buttons are in great shape. The markings on the buttons look really good. Nothing has been worn off. Even the steering wheel is in excellent shape, not showing any wear. No wear at all. The wood trim pieces still have a very nice high gloss finish. The finish is not compromised on any of the wood inserts and looks fantastic. Here in the back seats look fantastic. Everything looks brand new. And with this being a 5 Series, this is a rather large sedan. For reference, I have the front seat adjusted pretty comfortably, a little bit further back than I would probably drive. And I still have legroom back here, and I am 6'1". So that is pretty awesome that you can fit comfortably for adults in this car without knees being pressed against seats. Pretty great. Here's our turbo inline 6, which is such a fantastic platform. First off, this car specifically, the engine sounds great, sounds very healthy. It runs and drives awesome. This car does not feel as big as it is or as heavy as it is. The shifts are very smooth. It feels like a really, really well handling car. This car is genuinely fun to drive. This inline 6 gets pretty reasonable fuel economy on the freeway if you're just sitting at the speed limit for long periods of time, and also makes a pretty good amount of torque due to its displacement and the fact that it's turbocharged, so you can get a good fuel economy and have a really healthy amount of torque available as well. This car doesn't feel like it's as big as it is or as heavy as it is. This car feels very responsive, very nimble, very sporty. It is a ton of fun to drive and is extremely practical as well. And it's really nice that BMW has been able to engineer something where you can have a enjoyable, practical sedan, but still have fun with it and still enjoy driving it. So that is our 2013 BMW 535i. If you have any further questions, please feel free to check out the listing on our website at exoticmotorsportsok.com. Thank you for watching.